What's up, everybody? Check this out, man. All I can do is just sit here and be honest with every single person. All right? If you're out here seeing my motherfucking videos and the motherfuckers are pointing at TD Jakes, there's a reason why. Okay? Again, if you don't know my background, you should know my background. I was raised up in the church. As I got older, as an adult, I decided to make the choice of what church I wanted to go to. Y'all know what church that I decided to join? I decided to join the Potter's House. I was not led by the Spirit, but I was led by a person whose name started with the letter Z. Her name was Sabrina Woodard. And as I began to listen to Thomas Dexter Drake, she did become a mentor. You know, that's the Bible that sits there and says Isaiah, and I am the Lord of Lords. And this is Isaiah chapter 2 when he sits there and says that, you know, that the mountain had become the mountain of the Lord. All it means is that basically I just chose his mega church to be my pastor, my bishop, my mentor. I didn't know who this man was. I didn't know anything like that. I didn't know he was who I know he is now. And I know there are a lot of people who went to his church, whether you be Michael Irvin, whether you be, you know, somebody famous, whether it be Tony Braxton, whatever. A lot of people actually looked up to this man because everybody thought he was preaching the truth. And I'm saying to you, and I'm saying to everybody, I didn't know the things that I knew about him until now. And I've learned that he is an alien. I've learned that he is a shapeshifter. I've learned that he's played every person in my life. What do you mean by he played every person in my life? That means he spiritually transferred his spirit in every person in my life. Male and female. Then not only did he do that, I've learned that he's been following me spiritually. I've learned that he really is Zeus. I learned that he's a master manipulator. I learned that he's a warlock. And warlocks come from basically military. I've learned that he has military friends, which is the reason why he has the bodyguards. I've learned that right now he is systematically trying to cause me not to find a job. I'm a man who's worked all my life since the age of 15. I'm a man who's always taking care of myself. I'm a man that basically got dog on me that always stood on principle and what's right. And I really do believe in what's right. And by me telling you everybody the truth, yes, I can teach you about this word. I can teach you where it talks about him. You know, he is that certain rich man dressed in purple that ate sumptuously daily. And then there was a certain beggar by the name of Lazarus. That's T.D. Jakes, that certain rich man. T.D. Jakes is the one where you sit there and say that basically Jesus is like, his hair is like white as snow. Every hair on T.D. Jakes' face. His face is a part of his head. You know, there's a part that sits there and says that Jesus, basically the angel that sat upon the stone, and his countenance was like lightning. And that's Zeus. That's T.D. Jakes. What y'all don't understand is behind the scenes. This is the reason why most of his written ministry or his messages, I mean, some of you been to his church, some of you know some of his messages. You never know what happens behind the scenes. But T.D. Jakes do. He also been following the spirit of Jesus, which is the reason why he is a master in genealogy. The Antichrist has been right here in our motherfucking face the whole time. Preaching every Sunday, trying to call himself to be a nobleman, a big time movie producer. He's in songs, even tried to be on television with a talk show. Probably trying to got a podcast right now that we don't know nothing about. In every word that he speaks, he's speaking lies into the spiritual realm. He's possessed my body. That's the reason why my face half crooked now. That's the truth. I'm not ashamed to tell nobody that. He calls himself playing on my feelings because he put me in a situation where I have no job, I have no lights, I have no water. Put me in a situation where I have to go ask people for help. And I want people to really know that the reason why they may be going through the same thing is because it really is TD Jakes doing all these things behind the scenes. If you got aches and pains in your body, it's because TD Jakes is inside your body. That is Moses too. You know, all these pastors and these preachers are actually following his ways and they actually know the truth. I don't feel like 10 minutes is good enough to me to really tell y'all everything that needs to be said to you, but I'm really trying to put everything out there as much as I possibly can. And the only thing that I'm putting out here is nothing but the truth. My videos don't get seen. They only really basically get digital numbers. He told y'all in the book that don't follow me because there'll be many people that basically sit there and say that they are him, but that's really, and say that they are Jesus. But that's really him and all these people that's basically sitting there saying, I am him. Or they sitting there saying that they are the Messiah, but they're never claiming themselves to be the real Jesus. He is also Scar in the movie Lion King. He is also Mr. Smith in The Matrix. All these movies were made in his image. Including you. Including myself. And a lot of times he wanted to force you and force these people to bow down and worship him. To call himself God. All because he has money and he knows the real Jesus. He knows the real Holy Spirit. Again, a lot of you need to go to Ancestry.com and start looking up your background, your family history. You need to go all the way up to the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th great-great-grandfathers or whatever, grandmothers too. I'm sure you'll find them in your family tree. And at the end of the day, you're going to be like, what the fuck? So, like I said, man, 10 minutes ain't long enough. But I'm giving you everything I got, y'all. I'm giving you the truth. And you've chosen to serve the enemy when Jesus and the Holy Spirit is giving you a chance to really turn away and just tell the truth. And I really hope y'all do that. I'm out.